Hey everybody. So, if you've ever tried some new habit or you've been working on changing something in your life and you do it for a while and then you seem to slip off because you just have trouble making it into a priority, then I'd love to share with you a little bit about what you can do. Hi, everybody. I'm Ricki. I'm a healthy food coach and I help people learn to have full, fulfilled lives regardless of dietary restrictions or health issues that cause them. So lately I've been doing some meditating, and I have meditated before, but I've been doing this regularly for, I'm going to say, maybe 6 months now, pretty much every day. And I've really been committed to doing it. But in recent, like the past week, I've had a whole bunch of unforeseen issues come up. And so first I broke a crown in my mouth and I had to rush to the dentist to get it fixed. Then my poor doggies got eye infections and they had to be taken to the vet. I had some unforeseen meetings first thing in the morning at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I couldn't do my morning meditation. And the first day I thought, I'll get to it tomorrow. The second day I thought, okay, 2 days, but I'll get to it the next day. And then after 3 days, I realized I had broken my habit and I wasn't making it enough of a priority. And I really had to think about why I was doing it and what I wanted to do. And so I guess the question I started asking myself is, how do you know if you're making yourself a priority? And also, I want to talk about why that's so important, because I think it has an impact on virtually everything else in your life, including your health. So if you're dealing with chronic health issues like I am, this can make a huge difference. So I remember years ago, one of my best friends, her mom was getting older and, she's getting a little forgetful sometimes. And eventually she was diagnosed with dementia and she ended up passing. And later on, when I was chatting with my friend, like years later, we were talking about her mom, and she said, I first knew something was wrong when my mother stopped wearing earrings every day, because that had been so important for her mom, obviously important for me too. And it was because it had been such an important part of who she was. And I realized that for me too, it's the same concept, that for me, this is really just part of my morning routine. It doesn't matter if I wear makeup or don't wear makeup, if I do my hair or don't do my hair, what kind of clothes I'm wearing. I'm always wearing earrings and I feel naked without them. And it's just a way for me to let myself know that I'm doing that little bit of self-care for myself. And it kind of brings me to a place where I feel okay going out into the world. Like I said, I'm okay without lipstick, I'm okay without makeup, but earrings, I feel naked. And so that's a little thing that I do in terms of self-care. And I think it's really important for us to understand that the most important relationship we have is with ourselves. And the person that you must first take care of before you take care of anybody else is you. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself, because it's true what they say. You really are not as capable of taking care of other people or giving to the world or doing all of those generous things that you really want to do unless you are taken care of first. And you have to feel like you are someone that you care for as well. I mean, the analogy I can think of is if you see someone drowning, you can't save that person unless you are first in a safe place, right? You can't save a drowning person from a position of drowning yourself. You have to be in the boat, or you have to have the life jacket, or you have to be on the shore with a stick, or whatever it is. But you're not going to be able to help someone else effectively unless you yourself are already solid and safe. And that's really what self-love and self-care are all about. It means you care enough about yourself to put yourself into a position where you are most capable of helping other people. And it can be really small gestures each day. I'm not talking about like massive things like people going to the spa for a day or whatever. But if you think about where that impulse comes from, so as an example, when we were talking about my friend's mom, I thought about my mother, and who died quite young from complications of diabetes. And she used to, every day, she would put on makeup and she would put on earrings. And that was something she felt that she was required to do. But at the same time, she never had those feelings of positivity about herself. And I think that contributed to her early demise. And it's because the impulse was coming from the outside rather than from the inside. If we're doing things because of others' expectations, that's very different from doing things because they come from our heart and they're pure and they're related to how we feel about ourselves. So I think it's really, really important to cultivate that internal sense of care and love for yourself. And then that's going to color everything else you do and be able to influence so much more that you're capable of in your life. It's astonishing. I found the more you focus on taking care of yourself first, the more you're actually able to help other people and make others a priority in your life if you are the number one priority. And as I said, that's not a selfish thing, because it amplifies how much else you're able to do and how much else you actually want to do. So yes, of course, other people need your attention and your love, but I think it's critical that you understand that you are worthy of that attention and love first before you're even able to effectively give it to other people. If this is something that's of interest to you, this month in the Sweet Life, we're actually next month in February, starting 2 days, we're actually spending the whole month talking about love and self-love and how you can implement that in easy ways in your life so that it can affect both your day-to-day life, but also your health. So if that's something you're interested in finding more about, you can just go to rickiheller.com/love me, all one word, lowercase, love me, and find out about the PS I Love Me workshop. It's actually a live workshop, but if you do sign up, you'll get the recording and you can just work through it at any time at your own pace. So I hope that was helpful. Great to see some of you here. Let me know what you think. As always, leave comments below, please, and let me know your thoughts. I love to hear from you. And I hope to see you at the workshop. All right, everybody, take care.